Right then, welcome back to the channel. 5 things we learned then from Manchester United's first win of the season against Burnley. Now, number 1, United's attack finally clicked. For once, and maybe, there was a little bit of this against Arsenal, but for once the attack actually looked like we knew what we were doing. There was a volume of chances, over 20 shots, multiple big opportunities, a front line that actually moved with purpose. Bryan Mbeumo in particular showed why Amorim wanted him. Direct running, good link-up play, created loads of chances. A good striker's instinct for his goal. I think what stood out wasn't just the shot count, but it was the variety. There was cutbacks, repeatable patterns, crosses that were whipped in, one-touch interplay in and around the D. That was much closer to the positional play that Amorim has spoken about, and even when Cunha limped off and Mount had to leave a little bit later, the attack carried on producing. Bruno was at the heart of that, constantly offering angles and tempo changes, probably making the case that actually he does need to play further up and probably can't play in that midfield. That's probably going to be a question that we revisit time and time again this season. Compared to how toothless and slow we were and just bullied we were against Grimsby, and even earlier in the league, the Fulham game especially, this one felt like progress. The criticism, well, the ruthlessness wasn't there. We should have killed the game by 2 or 3. The XG that we created should be enough for you to go on and win that game if you then don't defend like idiots by a good few goals. The building blocks were visible there. Credit needs to go to the forward line for actually delivering for once. But yeah, they probably could have got at least another goal or 2 from what we created, I think. I think that'd be fair. Number 2. Defensive frailty still undermines us. It's still 1 step forward, 1 step back. Burnley didn't really have to do a lot, and they scored twice. Lyle Foster's equaliser came from sloppy tracking. Anthony's goal allowed probably a little bit of Bayindir's fumble as it was Burnley's attacking prowess. And that's the problem. United look like they can be cut open without a lot of effort. I worry what City and Liverpool will do to us. The back three didn't really look... Do you know what? It'd be unfair to say they were disjointed, but there's an urgency around our red zone box play that's not quite there. Wing-backs were too high. I think that might have been a consequence of how attacking we were trying to be. But the centre-halves are slow to react. The midfield's not really creating any sort of shield. It's the same thing that we've been seeing for a while. You can't sustain any sort of top 6 ambition with a foundation that's that soft. You're requiring your attack to score you 2 and 3 every single week. Defence is what's going to move you up the table. Being hard to beat is the first foundation. The Premier League isn't the sort of league where you can go, we'll just outscore you. You have to build it on a foundation of being tough to play against. And the biggest criticism I can have of United at the moment is we're not tough to play against. We're just not. Burnley grew into it because United looked vulnerable. That's where coaching comes under the microscope. That's where your tactics will come under the microscope. If every single week you're conceding the same type of goal, and whether it's Arsenal, Fulham, Grimsby or Burnley, you've got a problem. It's crosses, it's set plays, it's individual errors. That's systematic failings. It's not bad luck. It's not individual brilliance from our opposition. Fixing this isn't optional. It's the difference between another season where we're bottom half or actual progress. Until United start to learn how to keep clean sheets against the likes of Burnley, we'll never be convincing. We've all been there. Match day is right around the corner. It's about to start and you are scrambling for a stream, clicking through dodgy pop-ups, and suddenly your details are on some unsafe website that you didn't even mean to visit. With hacking and data leaks in the UK making headlines all summer long, it's never been easier for the wrong people to get your info, whether that's passwords, card details, anything. And that's why I use Surfshark VPN, today's sponsor. Surfshark protects you from all of those risks. It encrypts your internet traffic, it hides your location, it keeps you safe whether you're at home, on public Wi-Fi, or browsing from your phone on the way to Old Trafford. Plus, it unlocks the internet, allowing you to access content from anywhere in the world. That's great for watching football that's not broadcast in your country or the country you happen to be in at the time, or capturing coverage that you would otherwise miss. But you also get CleanWeb to block ads, malware, and trackers. You get unlimited devices under one account, and you get Bypasser as well, which means you can choose which apps run through the VPN and which don't, because some banking apps, they don't really like the VPNs. And right now, Surfshark is giving you 4 extra months for free. Just go to surfshark.com/Howson or use the code HOWSON at checkout. That's HOWSON at checkout. Do not get caught out this season. Protect your data and enjoy the game without worrying who's watching you watch the game. Surfshark, the secure way to browse wherever you are. Number 3, the goalkeeper issue won't go away. Bayindir got given another opportunity, which I wouldn't have given him. To be honest, I wouldn't have given it him after the first game, but he blew it. He spilled it for Burnley. The second goal was the sort of mistake that shifts the entire mood inside the stadium. Fans were already nervous and the tension multiplied when the goalkeeper looked shaky, and that probably translated into the team. And it's not just about that one moment, it's about confidence. When your goalkeeper cannot command the area, your defence plays differently. They drop deeper, they second guess, they hesitate. And United just can't afford that sort of instability. United need to be front foot aggressive when it comes to everything that we're doing for this system to work. And you can't be front foot aggressive if you haven't got the confidence. You can't fix defensive shape if you don't trust the goalkeeper. This morning I did cover the news that Emi Martinez and Sanlerman, we've got a bid in for both. So we are quite clearly trying to sign one goalkeeper. You know, I guess Sanderman is a little bit ahead, but they're coming out of this with a goalkeeper this window. That looks like what we're trying to do. Every week the microscope is growing, and there's not even actually any links about them going, so I don't know if you're just going to have like a whole team of goalkeepers. But unlike the missed chances, which you can offset by a volume of shots and still manage to score your goals, goalkeeper errors always seem to result in pressure and goals. And until we settle that position, it's going to be our undoing. You know, if you look at... United did manage to pick up a good few titles, like 3-4 titles, once Peter Schmeichel retired. But it wasn't until Edwin van der Sar that United actually looked like a serious outfit again. You know, when we went through Barthez, I know Barthez won a title, but, you know, with Barthez, with Tim Howard, you know, with all of those goalkeepers that we'd brought in, it just wasn't the same. And then you got Edwin van der Sar in and you go, yes, this is what it's meant to be like. I'm not sure Sanlerman is ready for Premier League football. I don't think Emi Martinez is a massive upgrade, but clearly they want somebody in that's not Onana or Bayindir. Number 4, Bruno is still the difference maker. No matter what happens, Bruno drags you through it once again. 97th minute penalty. Wasn't just calm under immense pressure after what's happened. You know, he's missed this penalty last week. There's always pressure when a game hinges on you. It's in stoppage time. And he buried it. Beyond the penalty, his influence is everywhere. He was stitching attacks together. He was pressing. He was dropping deep. He was getting on the ball. He was constantly demanding more from those around him. You cannot deny how much he gives a shit. And you cannot deny how heavily we are reliant on him. And that is a problem. But you can't deny that without him, we would have dropped points again. And I think what makes him so vital is his mentality. You know, the game descends into chaos. He just keeps doing what he does. Younger players like Menu and Ahmad, I think they look to him. And, you know, fans probably rightfully so, frustrated at the state of the team. But the disrespect that gets shown to Bruno, he wears the shirt like he cares. He wears a shirt like he was born with an M postcode. You know, if United are going to turn this around, it's going to be on the back of Bruno Fernandes and him dragging us over the line in games, because he's got that match-winning ability. I wish he was around to win a title with us, because it would be an absolute tragedy at some of the players that have managed to get a Premier League winners medal, and Bruno Fernandes isn't one of them. Number 5, a win that brings belief but not reassurance. So that final whistle, I think the scenes that you saw were relief, not celebrations. On paper, it's our first league win of the season, and that matters. It's momentum, it's points, it literally moves us up the table. It eases a little bit of pressure on Amorim, although that's going to be right back when City smackers around next week. But why does it take 97th minute and a VAR penalty to beat a newly promoted team at Old Trafford? Because of defensive lapses. Why do those defensive lapses keep reoccurring? Why are the goalkeepers so shaky? Why, with all the attacking quality that we've got on the pitch, does it still look a little bit chaotic rather than controlled? Now, I said it looks more repeatable, and some of the chances we created were more repeatable, but there was still chaos rather than control. You know, you can see the progress in chance creation, but you can also see the fragility at the back. You can also see that the passes from midfield aren't quite right. The season is young, but the patience was thin coming into the season. That win has to go on and be a platform. Now, if you go on and beat City, okay. Otherwise, that just papered over cracks. If Amorim can fix the defensive leaks, if you can get that goalkeeper in and settle on it, maybe that can be a turning point. Other, it's just another peak on a roller coaster before the trough of the Etihad. Anyway, that's it from me. 5 things we learned in the can. Go and check out this morning's video if you've not seen it already. I'll be back with player ratings in a few hours, and then tonight I'll be doing a late night live. And we'll be back on the walk tomorrow. If you've got any questions for the walk, put walk, because I can find it then. And then questions, and I can answer some questions in the morning. Probably do quite a lot of that this week, to be honest with you, because there's international break, and that's going to be slow. We will still have transfers, I think, and I do expect there to be more transfers to cover. But either way, take it easy. Have a good Sunday. See you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, 5-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.